Oh, yes. I was just looking at this date, July 2nd of 2011. Yes. Now, this is the easy shot, and it does work really well. Yes. And then I put yesterday's date as December 3rd of 2018. Yeah. It's been 7 years, 5 months, and 1 day since my wife abducted my sons. Oh. Now, I went to jail on Guam for 10 days. Yes. And I spent a lot of time in jail considering I had no criminal history. Yes. Never been arrested for anything and never went to jail for anything. Pooch. But when you're homeless, right, and your wife takes your sons and makes up a story of domestic violence and child abuse, and the court asks you, well, do you have any place you can live? And you're like, no, I don't. I was living at the Guam Airport Hotel, and the court could not release me on my personal recognizance without me having some place to live. Now, there was a really nice family that lived on a ranch in Jigo. Yes. And it took quite a bit of work to be able to find some place where I could sleep where the probation officer could find me. Yes. Now, today, I just wanted to mention it's 7 years, 5 months, and 1 day. Yes. Since my wife took my sons. 7 years, 5 months, and 1 day. Now, thinking of this poverty that as a missionary I've seen, yes, because I did go to Albania and I worked with David Penoyer, yes, multiple times, really, coach. And I've seen what it looks like when you only have one suit of clothes, yes, and you're living in really a shack, coach, and your only heat is maybe some propane or butane, yes. And for some reason, they don't have the welfare system that we have in the United States. Now, you would have thought that after I informed the sheriff that after 7 years, 5 months, and 1 day, you would have removed your fraud, but you're obstinate. Pooch! Your thought is, well, as long as he doesn't have an attorney, we can do whatever we want, and no one in this nation's going to arrest you. Oh. You know, why don't you get me some prisons today in other nations? Hooch. Let's go through the third, yes, of the poorest nations of the world. I'd like to know what kind of radio communications they have. You know, having spent 10 days in a Guamanian jail, they didn't have running hot water. Ooh. And the jail wasn't really that bad, now I think about it, except I went to jail for 10 days. Now, if I'd had my own residence, yes, they would have just held me for a couple days. Yes. But when your wife abducts your sons, yes, moves to Clallam County, and you as a court issue a protection order where I'm not given any notice or opportunity to be heard, yes, where you don't want to listen to what I have to say because my wife ran into the court right now. I'm thinking we're going to be leasing some third world nation prisons right now, because I can arrange for you to be incarcerated in any nation of the world. Now, poverty will teach you a lesson that even in the jail in Clallam County, they have it pretty good compared to other nations, and maybe you need that special prison where they ooh. Now, let's look at the prisons of the world.